Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So we're gonna have a heart-to-heart conversation. I won't be on this evening at 8 p.m. because I got another Zoom call I need to take place today. At this time, this is pre-recorded for 8 p.m. this evening, so I will not be on live. So this is pre-recorded for the webinar of the COVID-19 Delta variable. We got a mess here, ladies and gentlemen. The numbers are staggering. People are angry. People are fighting, protesting. All this stuff is going on. It's getting to a point that you have to take care of yours and what's going on in your household. And people are laughing and joking and not taking this thing seriously. People are debating about vaccines. People are debating about unvaccinated. People are debating about masks. People are debating about all these different topics. At the end of the day, when we really think about it, if you really sit here and really think about this, ladies and gentlemen, we have a big issue. And the fact of the matter is, people do not want people to control them. They do not want to be told what to do. They do not want to follow protocols. They want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. Then they want to scream and shout when things don't go their way. I haven't shared any data per se, but you can go back to the last 4 weeks where I've been showing the content of it, talking about the numbers, talking about the vaccines. Now they're coming out with a booster vaccine in September. We got crisis going on overseas. People getting on planes, jumping on top of planes just to get in there to get away from the chaos. We had the earthquake in Haiti. We got a mess going on here. We are living in some trying times, and we got trouble. And the more you keep laughing and thinking this stuff is funny and it's not reality, we're living in a reality movie, live, directed, uncut, uncensored. We are living in a real life movie. And the movie is titled We Got Trouble. We need to get to God immediately. That's the title of the movie. We got trouble. And we need to run to God immediately. And we know why. People are losing their homes. People are becoming homeless. People are getting angry. People are killing each other. Everything that 2020 was revealing was part two of this year, and it came in a little bit later. Our babies are in risk. People are going to have to pull their kids out and put them back in homeschool for those children who can't deal with homeschool because of the numbers surging so high. I advise you when your kids are at school, make sure they make sure when they get home they change their clothes, wash their face, their hands, and make sure you give them vitamins. Vitamins are very important to build up their immune system. That helps their immune system build up. I recommend that I give it to my son and my oldest take vitamins. My middle child takes them too to boost up their immune system because of doing it. And even I take vitamins. The more vitamins you put in your body, your immune system can fight off these things that surround you. And most people don't realize that you can get the tablet form of the vitamins, you can get the gummy form of the vitamins. All these different vitamins you can get them simply by just going to the grocery store or drugstore and picking them off the shelf. Nobody want to take vitamins because they don't like them. I was that person too that didn't like to take vitamins. But over time, I found that the more I take vitamins, the more strong my immune system are to things. You know, we have to follow our heart when things tell us not to do stuff. We have to follow our heart and tell us when something's not right. And we are in a crisis where people continue to fight, people continue to argue, continue to do all these things. Everybody want to point the finger at who's wrong and who's right, but at the end of the day, who is it to say who's wrong and who's right? Who is it to say that we're making good decisions all the time, or we're making choices that are not always at our best interest? We really got to think about these things that are happening. I've been quiet for a while because y'all on here going crazy about every time something popping off. Y'all should already expect this life has changed drastically since 2020, and it's getting a lot worse. Most of you tired of hearing about grief. Most of you tired of hearing about death. Most of you tired of hearing about everything. This is the reality we're living in, ladies and gentlemen. We're living in a time where everything is going to be spiraling out of control. People, mental illnesses and mental health and all these things are going to be all out of tune. Don't expect everything to go back the same. Everything to go back the same. But in reality, we really got to face this giant. We really got to face this head on. We got something that's real ugly out here that's taking millions of people's lives. And most of you like remarkable Minister Johnson. What are you saying? I need you to get right with God. That's what I'm saying. I need you to get your ducks in order with God. I need you to start thinking about what you're going to do to get yourself right with the Lord. And most people don't understand that philosophy because they're believers and not believers. And some people who will think they know it all. You don't know everything. Don't ever think you do. Okay, don't ever think you are above God because you're not. I'm not above God. You're not above God. We are still His children. And most of us are strayed because of life situations were never brought up in places that taught us these values because we were so accustomed to what we were taught. Now, most of you will get offended, but this is not about being offended. This is about speaking truth. This is about speaking truth because people need to hear the truth. You would rather hear a lie better than the truth. And when the truth do come out, you don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe what comes out of your mouth. Young kids are straying away. You remember the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child? That village is no longer in existence. Kids are doing whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do, because of what they're exposed to. Kids don't understand what to do and how to do it. Most people would get so offended by what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, if I say it and many other people say it, there's some truth behind it, ladies and gentlemen. It really is, and it's not to be offensive or indirect by it. You have to remember, we are in a crisis. We're in a time right now, ladies and gentlemen, that things will never be the same. So get that in your head. Things will never be the same. I don't know what makes you think we're going to get back to any kind of normalcy with the behavior that we see right now in our own front yard. What makes you think that? I stopped thinking that a long time ago. Simple fact of the matter is what I'm seeing is what I was feeling the last week or so about all of this grief and all this heaviness that was on me to the point I was in tears about things that are happening. And it wasn't tears of joy, it was tears of sorrow for this world and this land. We are not here forever. This is not our home. This is a place that we are here for X amount of years and then we gotta go. Back to me. Okay. We are not to get accustomed to these worldly things. And the problem is we get so accustomed to these worldly things that we think we can take these things with us, but actual reality is we can't take none of the stuff that we got on us. We came here naked, ladies and gentlemen, we're going back naked. That part that nobody want to hear. Most of you get disgusted with me. Most of you get offended with me. But I am not here to judge nobody. I am not here to scrutinize nobody. I'm here to just give you a reality check, like everybody else has given me a reality check in my life about truth. And I walk in truth. And I speak the truth because that's all I am. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and make up things. I'm going to tell you the honest truth about what we're really dealing with right now. Okay? If you've been paying attention to the news, if you've been paying attention to the internet, if you've been paying attention to what's going on in society, most people getting tired of hearing about everything. But if you turn on social media, you're walking in society seeing it. If you hide in your house, you go out there for a few minutes, it's out there in the world. We have to really be mindful about the things that we say to people and how we say them. Because people have trigger points, people have things going on. We're laughing, but you don't know where their mental state is. People don't really understand. Some people are not mentally stable. Some people have trigger points that are way beyond our imaginations. Okay? We have to really take a stand and really be honest with ourselves that we really got real life crisis happening. We got so many things going on in this world outside of Delta. We got people who are stressed out. We got people who have got emotional crisis going on. Some people with depression, anxiety, PTSD, all these mental illness, schizophrenic, all these different things going on. And along with that group, and most people talking about, I'm tired of hearing about rest in peace. I'm telling you, if you have not been through support groups like I have, and to sit on these platforms now, to hear the stories, then you will never understand where these people's mindset are at. I firsthand can understand that. And I had somebody sit down with me a few weeks ago and to tell me what I needed to do. And I'm doing a lot more better, as you can see. I'm not sobbing like I was. I'm not depressed anymore because I got so much of gratitude in my heart and love. And most of you can't see that. But I'm not unhappy like I once was. I'm just not. It's starting to make a turnaround. I can feel it in my spirit. I'm not 100%, but I'm not at 50 and 30 and 40 anymore. I want to kind of say I'm probably about 55, maybe 60, but I'm not in that low place I once was. I feel so much love in my heart. And when I think about grief, I don't tear up as much as I used to. Okay? I see so many people leaving here. I feel the sorrow, I feel the empathy and all that going on simply because I have an empathy spirit, because I have a caring spirit, I have a loving spirit. Most people don't agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. But I want you to understand, we really have got to wake up. We really got to pour into our babies. We really got to pour into being an advocacy for our children. We really have to fight for our family. We are in a zone of battle, a fight that is out of our control. If we do not stop fighting amongst each other and put God back in the equation where he needs to be, it's only going to get 10 times worse, ladies and gentlemen. And that's just being honest. You like remarkable already worse. No, it's going to get a lot worse. Have you not noticed the gas prices going up? Have you not noticed the food prices going up? Have you not noticed things are happening around you that's so out of control and out of tune? Things are happening because the devil has planted his device in this world long time ago. And he playing that radio and that stereo and that satellite so loud, ladies and gentlemen, that you are fighting something that's not godly. And what you are fighting is something that want to take you out. Don't ever say that, oh, remarkable is this and that. No, this is truth. Go back into your Bibles for those who are into that and read that. Go into the stories and hear about the plague. Go into the stories and hear about the last days. Go into the story and hear about the devil and his wicked plans. And go back into the story and read these things. I posted a couple of things a dear brother of mine had shared on his platform, and I shared it to the group page to get you to really pay attention. Only 3 people looked at it, but as long as I reach those 3 people, I'm all right, because a lot of you are like, oh, no. Let me tell you something. You got to take life seriously. If you don't, you're going to lose out on it. And I'm not talking about seriously in every way, but when it comes to crisis and situations like that, you definitely got to take these matters seriously, because it involves you, it involves other people, it involves loved ones, and it involves everybody around you. I'm not telling you to be serious all the time, but I'm telling you, when things like this happen, you really got to take note and take heed that we have a serious crisis at hand. The president doing personal, the government got things going on, the school district. You know how stressed out these people are. You know how stressed out these people are to the max. We got doctors doing videos, we got nurses, we got people going through some real life crises. While we sit here muddling about our own problems, there's other people going through something 10 times worse than we are. We have to be grateful. We have to be appreciative. We have to understand that a lot of these things that we're seeing right before our eyes, ladies and gentlemen, is really a concrete evidence that we really have to take stand in what we really truly believe in. And as a country, we're going to continue to be divided. It's going to be continue to be the negative and the positive and then the unconcerned and the confused people. It's all different mix of personalities in this world. So I come to tell you this here on this webinar, that we have got to get right. As long as we continue to fight each other, nothing will be accomplished. The more we keep laughing at situations, the worse it's going to get. And it's going to get even worse. I'm speaking from the heart, and I'm getting off, because at the end of the day, I speak my truth. I speak what I believe in. I speak for those who don't have a voice. Everybody has their own opinion, but what I'm sharing with you is to get you to really understand and focus and really pay attention to what's really happening right now. And most people don't want to hear that truth. They want to run with what other people say. And I'm going to say this. Stop being influenced by people who don't have that heavy weight like they need to. Stop being influenced by people who can't give you the right advice or the right things to pour into you. Stop being influenced by how people that manipulate you and take you for granted. Watch out for the people that you call your supporters and people that you really, truly, in your spirit, believe in. Because them same folks that you listening to and the same folks that you get entertaining, them same people that don't give 2 cents about you or what happens to you in your life. Remember that, okay? Be mindful of who you talk to. Be mindful of who you deal with. Be mindful of how you handle people, because some folks and things have to come to an end and expiration dates are now. If you have seen, thank you, Holy Spirit, people you've known for years and all of a sudden they start acting sideways or funny, that's an expiration. Get your expiration date stamp and plunk that thing on the paperwork and keep it moving, because some things just gotta be left alone. Okay. All right, everybody. This is Mr. Johnson, Remarkable for Inspiration. This is a Love Ministry webinar, pre-recorded for 8 p.m. today. I'll see you all back here on Sunday at 9 a.m. I may come on a little later, depends on the time, but we always do service at 9 a.m. or 9:30. Okay. It's not at 11. Okay. It's 9 a.m. and 9:30, everybody. Have an amazing and blessed Throwback Thursday. Minister Johnson, Remarkable Queen Inspiration, signing off. Take care.